features which we try to use for all the category of the staff. But for teaching staff, we try to include their domain along with their publications. If technical staffers, we will try to include their skills. And if for a contract staff, we will try to have the number of years of the contract. So this is the first part of the program. And the second part of the program, or the second to be, is to write the name and date of birth of the particular person, or a particular person, using one concept called as string tokenizer. The string tokenizer concept is very simple, very straightforward. I will try to define one delimiter. Delimiter means one separator. So if I try to take one date of birth as my input, and that input I will pass on as the forward slash as the delimiter. So that delimiter separates the content what we have written in a specific format. My format may be like DD and then so in that I try to extract DD and a delimiter followed by MM followed by a delimiter and followed by year. So I will separate the value and try to display that. Okay, so these are the two programs for today's experiments. Um, See, please remember what we have done for a student experiment. The same concept what we use for a student, we use it for 2A, that is staff information. So we try to create some information extracting, or we try to create some classes to save the information of the students, sorry, staff. Last time what we did, we considered the information of students. Now we will try to include the information of staff. Okay, so just going through the program, just one or two information about staff. So we have different classes. Uh, the staff is thing. Okay, so we will try to define a class staff ID. Don't worry about the super class. There are some kind of inheritance we'll try to work. So we'll try to have one parent class which has this four fields, and extending to these four fields, we'll try to define in teaching. Teaching holds domain and publications. And another class, I will try to take one technical stuff. In technical class also, I will inherit these four properties and try to add one more property as skills. Similarly, I will take contract staff, where I will include or consider the same class here and add on the contract. So after collecting all the information, I will try to display the whole information. So first, I will try to write one particular class called as pub staff. So I will try to import two files, java.io and scanner. These are the same things. So please see here, I am trying to use the protected here. So protected, mainly we go for inheritance concepts. So these are the kind of four things which I'm trying to pass it on to the next subclass or the child class. This will act as a parent class. From parent class, I will try to pass on the data to child class. So these are all are protected. Now I'm creating one object for the buffer. So to read the input from a standard input. Also, I will try to initialize one scanner object to read the information from the standard input device. So reading, I'll just try to read the value and pass it on the value like staff ID. I will consider whatever the information. I'll just read this function here. If there are any exceptions, well, that will go in the form of an error, and so that my program will not go into trouble. So just read all the values. This will be one class. And now see here, public class teaching is the first class for teaching. Teaching extends stuff. So I'm trying to inherit the properties. Uh, I'm trying to inherit the properties of staff. All these four components like staff ID, name, phone number, and salary will be automatically passed on to this particular teaching class. Now here, staff will be my base class and teaching will be inherited. So I will set some additional components required for teaching, like domain and publications. So I will try to read the data. This is super.read means I'm trying to point to the immediate parent of this particular class. I will tell you more about this particular concept when I tell you about overriding and over method overriding in Java program. Second module or third module, I think, third or fourth module. Okay, so overriding inheritance when I start, I will tell you more about super. Don't worry about them now. So as of now, you understand that super is used to call the immediate parent of this particular class. So super means it will take care of calling in a more secured manner, and it will call to its corresponding parent only. So super.read means this is I'm trying to call this read function from the above parent, I mean parent class. So from staff, I will try to call it as read. No need to create the object, just directly call super.read. Here I'm trying to import the function or the method which is written in the staff class. So if I try to create an object and work on here, there are chances that I may do not call in a specific way, or I may go with some anomalies. To avoid all that, I will go with super. Okay, don't worry about super now. I'll tell you more in detail about super concept when I'm talking about inheritance and method overriding. All right, so once I read these two things, like domain is again read line is used for the characters input. Next int is used for integer numbers, as I see above. So next int is to insert the numbers. Read line is the complete line. We have even spaces for names, first name, space, second name, or middle name, or space last name. So the complete line has to be read. So in order to do that, I will take in input dot read line. Right. So same way, I will try to import the domain followed by publications. Then I will try to display all of them. Okay, so this is about the teaching stuff. Similarly, I go with technical stuff. For the same way, I'm trying to extend here. In technical stuff, I just have only one thing called as skills. Just add the skills. How many skills I pass on, maybe two or three. So please add on those values with respect to in the form of an array, and add those array in the form add those skills in the form of an array one after the other. And subsequently, same way I'm trying to read here super.read, reading all the four values, the ID, phone number, and salary, and followed by display function. Similarly, I go with the contract of staff. Same way I try to read number of years as contract. So this is int period will give me the number of years the contract is, and followed by the read again super.read followed by period I will try to number of years the contract is, followed by display. So all these programs do not have the main function. So all these are named automatically with the what class name I have. Now when you are doing program in online GDB, take care that this um, class should have, sorry, this class, the staff details should be named as MAIN. So M should be capital and MAIN should be the class. Then everything will be fine. Or else you put everything in the same file and please rename this class as capital MAIN. As in online GDB, we have all the files have to be wherever we have main function, that particular class name should be capital M main. All right. So same try to write. Now try to create the objects for all the three classes. I said it right. Please try to understand. I'm not calling or creating the object for staff class. I'm trying to inherit the properties of staff to teaching, technical, and contract. I hope you guys are understanding. Any questions? I'm not getting any questions. Anybody have any questions? Kindly interrupt me. Next, I'm getting some people who are in the room. I don't know where that request is from. All right. So see, please here again, I'm trying to create in the form of an array of each of those objects. That means number of uh, people I pass, maybe teaching. If I say pass on as three teaching staff, that means three times it will the whole class will run with these specific accepting the values and displaying them. Same way technical, same way contract. So I use it in the form of an array. And same thing, first I read the number of values. I will try to insert some, see here. So for R, I will I will try to read one particular value for each of those teaching. For teaching, assign it as M. For technical, I assign it as N. And for contract, I take it as to run that in the form of. Once I run them and I directly pass it on to display function and it display each one of the in the form of. Right. So I display all the three things, one about staff, one about technical, and one about contract. So the output goes like this. I'll show the output, just hang on. So let me execute this and then I'll come back to the next to be program. Any queries or any questions? Anybody have any queries or any questions? No, yes, yes. Anybody have any questions? No, no, no queries, no questions. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? No? Like, go ahead. Okay, so please do not log off. But in MedStar, whenever I feel to take attendance, I may call up your names and tell you to give your attendance. Kindly be present, and the one who responds only will get the attendance. Right? So I have my own plans. I don't know whatever my mind comes in my mind, I will just blast them. Right? So this is the second experiment, part A. So the same program is dumped here. And please remember, this was the change I'm talking about. The whole program have the same written in the same manner, but only this class name is changed to match with this particular file. Okay, rest all are same, absolutely not a problem. So this is main.java and here you have class. This is only one change which we need to incorporate when you're running the same program in online portal. Suppose the same thing if you're running in your Eclipse, no need to change, just this will be in the form of maybe staff demo or some any other class. See that you run this particular So you need to run this file, and that will automatically take it for you. Before I go ahead, any doubts or any clarifications? Yes, no, yes, no questions. I'm compiling this. If anybody has any questions, you can interrupt me by asking any questions. So the moment you see, enter the number of teaching staff. So the teaching staff I will enter as something like as 2. So it will ask me to enter the staff details of one staff, one details. So please recheck those in spaces. So let me give as 1 as the ID, and bit slow. Try to understand. Online portals are sometimes slow. So it is asking me to enter the phone number. Somebody has somebody has signed, but it's not visible. Okay. So salary will be something like this. For staff domain, let's CSC, and publications 8. So the first staff details are entered. I'm going with the next students, I mean staff details entering. So this is the second name. Phone number I pass on this, and it is asking the staff employee. I'm entering the staff salary, and it is asking the domain. So, so this is all about your first teaching staff information. So let me continue with the technical stuff. So let me write this as okay. So it will ask me to enter the information along with one. So let me give the information. Yes. Hope you can see, right? Any comments, guys? Can you hear me? Can you see the output? Are you guys looking the screen? Yes. No. Pretty slow. I don't know. It's taking so much time. Don't worry. So asking something. I'll just entering some random value. So I will try to enter the number of skills. So one skill may be something like CSI, and it's asking for second staff information. So let me write the ID like this, and name, phone number, something like this. Okay, so skills, I will give it as 1 for simplicity, and let me consider as AIC. So number of contract staff. So let me give number of contract staff as 1. Okay, staff ID something like this, and then name something like something like this. Phone number something number. Okay, then salary maybe something. Yes, number of contractors in the US. Now, this is the output once I enter all the information. So till here, I entered the information and I see the output is here. So teaching staff, staff ID, name, phone number is shifted here. Salary, venue, publication, followed by technical staff information like staff ID, name, phone number, salary, skills. Then contract information, staff ID is this, name, phone number, salary, period of contract. So this is all the information about first program. So if any doubts are there, if anybody have any queries, I'm waiting for your questions. If anybody has any questions, I'm waiting for the questions. The program seems to be pretty lengthy, but um, the same concept. It's the concept behind this is very simple. So don't go with the length of the program. The concept or the idea is same for all the type of. So any questions? Any queries? Yes. One or two questions. Am I audible? Everybody is hearing. Yes, no, yes, no. Are you listening to me? Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Am I connected?
Yes, sir, you're connected.
Can give me a response. Oh, the output was clear. I mean, output was visible. Output was visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. If the first program is done, so let me go with you. Fine. So let me go with the next part B program. String tokenizer. Again, I have very simple program. The first part is to use the component as string tokenizer. So in one, I will create one customer class where I will try to create one standard buffer to accept the name of the particular customer through the standard input device. So to do that, I will take two things. One is um, buffer, and I will try to call one particular read function. In the read function, I will try to write the read name, and I will try to assign or read the value of date of birth. Then in string tokenizer, I will try to create one particular object for string tokenizer for what particular variable I'm trying to use the string tokenizer. I will pass on this as date of birth. So date of birth, what is the delimiter? Delimiter is the forward slash. So the output will seems to be changing like this. So st dot has more tokens. Mean it's the syntax of the particular string tokenizer to write that. So has more tokens until I complete the whole data. I will try to delimit the of data of birth. So in one class I write that, in the other class I will have main function, and in main function I will try to read and display. So let me run this. So it's gone out of the box. Am I audible, guys? Are you guys listening to me? Online GBB has gone out of the server. So just to reconfirm, am I connected to you guys? Yes. No? Yes. Am I connected to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Come on, give me confirmation.
Yes, sir.
Come on, guys. Am I connected to you? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Online GDP is gone out of the box. Yeah, wait, it's come back. Okay. So this is the Spring Technology program. So sometimes online portals may give us errors, but don't worry about them. So this is the Spring Technology program. The whole program is dumped here, and this is the file name of the particular class file, which is. So when I run this, it will ask the name and date of birth in a specific format. Sometimes we may not give the input correctly, not in a specific format also. It does not have any effect because we will need pass some spaces or something like that if we consider. Okay. So in this sample, so it will ask the date of birth in the specific format DDMM. Right. So let me write settings as so once I give this enter, uh, someone has okay. Is my screen visible?
No, sir, it's not visible.
Someone has someone has okay. So now it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Someone had started presenting, so that was it. So I enter the name. Anybody has questions? Because you are free to interrupt. Okay, so this is the output. So it is the very simple program. Okay, so hope you can see the output. Any queries or any questions? Yes. Any queries? Any questions? No. Any queries? Any questions?
No, sir.
No. Yes. So this sometimes we may do some mistake. Don't worry about that. String tokenizer will see those things. So I'm just trying to show you something. Sometimes I may write like this. And okay, can anybody say something? What I did? Can anybody comment on this? Did you get what did I do? Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
What happened? Yes. Any comments on that? Please look into the date of birth values. Value may be something else. Don't worry about that. Worry about only this. Okay, so um, Ping tokenizer works with respect to what value. So for that specific value, by default, it will take the delimited. Else, it will take the default as the space. So it will take string after string. Okay. So both the programs are done. If anybody has any questions, I'm waiting for your